After an epic winter in France, spring has finally sprung, marking a year since we left our Aussie home to travel full-time, and we're gearing up for our next big adventure. We've just arrived in Florence, Italy after an overnight bus journey. It's our first stop of many as we explore the Tuscan region. Then we make the journey to the gorgeous medieval town of Pisa. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join us on our top line travels so we can dive into this next chapter together.
We've made it from France into Italy. We've had a quick turnaround, jumped up into the hotel room, and we're off to explore the city.
We can't wait for our Tuscan adventure to unfold. Our first stop is Florence, and the city is already blowing us away. If you want the best sandwich in town, you need to go to All'Antico Venagno. We fill it with all different ham, cheeses, and creams, and I cannot explain how delicious this was.
Goodness, we've done very well for lunch here.
Actually insane, this thing's massive.
€7, so such good value and yum.
Bit of a line, but they have 4 shops operating. We waited maybe 5 minutes.
We've made our way down to the river. Only a quick walk, now we're lapping up the sun and enjoying these delicious sandwiches.
These things are next level.
And we weren't the only ones enjoying these. We watched dozens of people strolling by, each with a panini in hand.
Currently spring here in Florence. This time of year is amazing. The sun's warm. It's not too hot in the middle of the town square. It's just really good time of year.
Now we're going to head to see Ponte Vecchio, the famous old bridge here in Florence.
There's gold stores and souvenir shops, so let's go check it out.
Ponte Vecchio is a medieval stone arch bridge over the Arno River, the only bridge in Florence that was spared from destruction during World War II. Butchers and farmers initially occupied the shops along the bridge, but now the present tenants are jewelers, art dealers, and souvenir sellers. It's a great place for a wander.
That bridge is awesome, and now we're in search of a wine window, which is something that you have to try when you come to Florence.
Worked up a real big thirst, so let's see if we can get some good stuff.
Italy's wine windows played a huge part in the plague and the pandemic, allowing merchants to pass vino through a small hole in the wall to avoid direct contact with clients. There are nearly 300 of these historical service windows across Tuscany.
Can't complain with that.
So good. Florence has so many of these gorgeous little wine windows all around the city, and it's the best way to get a beveragino. We've stumbled across a gorgeous little market. You'll see so many of these everywhere.
Florence is known for its high-quality leathers. You'll find Italian leather jackets, purses, belts, gloves, and shoes. After exploring the markets, we made our way to the Piazza della Signoria, which is famous for its statues as a replica of David here and the Fountain of Neptune. A short walk from this square is Piazza del Duomo, which is where we ventured next to visit the gorgeous Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. This cathedral is one of the largest churches in the world. The exterior of the basilica is faced with polychrome marble panels in various shades of green and pinks.
Wow. Quick espresso before we head back and change into something warmer so we can keep exploring into the evening. Yes. Dressed in something a little warmer now that the sun is setting, and we're headed to Michelangelo Piazza.
Sunset from there is going to be amazing, looking over the whole entire city.
Made our way outside of the Florentine wall, and we're making our way up for sunset.
Michelangelo Square is where you can get the most famous view of Florence, a magnificent terrace overlooking the city. Watching sunrise or sunset here gives you the best view of the city skyline. Since the square gets very crowded, we recommend getting there a little earlier to secure a good spot for yourself to enjoy the incredible views.
It's a bit mental, absolutely packed. If you want a good seat, you have to get here a few hours before.
So beautiful.
So good.
Tucked into a gorgeous little Italian restaurant on the promenade tonight.
They've got their homemade pasta, so we're going to give that a try with some nice vino.
We are ready for another big day exploring the Tuscan region. We woke up and headed to Simbiosi Cafe, which was a short walk from our hotel here in Florence, and the breakfast did not disappoint. So good. Today we take our hire car and we drive the 1.5 hours from Florence to Pisa, where we're going to spend the day exploring.
Cute little markets on our way to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
You can find the Leaning Tower of Pisa in the Square of Miracles. Contrary to popular belief, the tower didn't lean over time. It started leaning soon after construction started. Also located front and center in the Square of Miracles is the Baptistery and Pisa Cathedral. The Baptistery's extraordinary exterior is reminiscent of a crown and is the largest baptistery in Italy. The stunning cathedral is one of the most beautiful in the Tuscan region. While its leaning tower may steal the spotlight, the cathedral is a masterpiece of Roman architecture.
The sun's decided to peep out of those clouds, but it's still a little bit nippy today. There's a lot of tourists here, which we were expecting because we know how popular this spot is, but it's still shoulder season.
Peak summer, I can't imagine this place would be pandemonium.
Yeah, crazy. There it is, the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
5 million people come here every year to grab the perfect photo.
That base is fully leaning all the way over. It's actually crazy.
Pisa's rich history extends far beyond its most famous landmark, the Leaning Tower. From historical masterpieces, museums, churches, and palaces, there is so much to see and do, but the city is very small, and we found a day trip was more than enough time to see it all.
Because it started to rain a little bit, we're headed to a cafe that overlooks the tower. It's in the museum on the top floor and gives you unobstructed views, so we're excited to go check it out and maybe get a little coffee to warm up. You even got me a blanket.
Yeah, nice cozy cashmere blanket for you.
Happy days, and check that view out. That's awesome.
We've ordered some hot chocolates and we've got the whole place to ourselves. Amazing.
That's the bell tower going off, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that the tower actually dinged like that. On search for some yummy gelati.
Take away tiramisu. Grazie.
Grazie. There you go, Brad.
Yes. Jackpot.
Yum. Brad's thoroughly stoked with his ice cream.
So delicious. Bellissimo.
It's definitely gotten a lot busier now. Later in the day. A lot of crowds. Time to say goodbye to Pisa.
Join us next episode as we continue our Tuscan adventures. We're road tripping into the countryside, staying at some incredible estates, eating the most delicious food, and visiting so many amazing places along the way. Stay tuned, like and subscribe to follow along with our top line travels.